Yes, I thought I would go over here in the corner of my work area here, the crowded corner, and do a little work on my Black 8er Ripper. It's a good digger, but it's just not Texasized yet. So I'm just going to do a little minor sharpening on the edges. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle these serrations. It's not quite an area you would use one of those needle or pin type of sharpeners. So I think I could probably use, I have the smaller Harbor Freight 1" by 13" here, and then the big one here. And I'm going to use that to try to get a good sharpen on the edges here. So let's do a quick run with this, and let's see if I can make it just a little bit more functional for the area where I live. Okay, let's turn this over. Trying to reduce the noise here. Should not. Oh, let me put this velvet pouch under it. That might help. Let's see. Alright, that's a little bit better. It's scraper sharp. I don't need it razor sharp because I don't want to take off a finger here. Probably can do that with this no matter what. So now let me move the big one back. I think I'm using, let's see what grit I'm using here on this. I'm using a 400 grit. I have an 80 grit here, what I was thinking here, but I'm not using it for this. So I suppose I could give it a little bit of more of a sharpen with the grit on my small Harbor Freight one here. Let's move it over into position. Okay, now I got the small Harbor Freight here. It's been a while since I've used these, so I need to check and see what grit I currently have in place here. Imagine it's going to be the 400 or 600. Let's see. Going to have to get more sandpaper, more belts, sanding belts. Nah. Yep, 600. That's good. Give it a tiny bit more, and I'm going to see if I can, to some degree, they have what is not quite serrations you would see in a knife, but they do have these little, the ripper part of it, I guess, that would cut roots if given the correct amount of force. So now we have the small. Got this sharpened about as much as I want to sharpen it. Now let's see if I can put this back on here to keep the belt in place in case it slips off or tries to slip off. And let's see if I can actually do something about this edge right here. I'm not sure I can really do much sharpening here. Alright, we got a little shine here, so I did get a little bit of a sharpen there, but since it is basically made to cut through roots, and let me get a little bit more here. Alright, I had to give it a little bit more sharpen on the bottom, so I'm probably giving this about, I don't know, maybe a well, it's sharp enough to cut with very little force. So I think that'll be a good change for my ripper here. Now, it's in no way saying that the standard configuration is not perfect, but if you've seen some of my videos, you've seen the soil here, so I have to do some extraordinary things sometime to actually get things that can work in my soil. No problem right now, of course, because it's so doggone wet, but when it gets a little drier and the rain backs off for a few days, it'll be back to its damp concrete type texture. Anyway, I will talk to you later, and that's my little change and my little upgrade of my Black Ada Ripper. Like I said, this is fine for 90% of the soils in the country, but occasionally you run into some odd places, and I'll live in